Hey, what's up guys? Another quick clip for you here today. I just wanted to go over this job real quick, as it's a situation in which somebody could have easily gotten themselves into a mess. So what we got here, a customer called in a tree on the 3-phase. So that is right there. Pretty obvious, tree on the 3-phase. Upon my arrival, 2 out of the 3 cutouts were open. The center phase was still closed in. So I already have that center phase opened, and we also installed our trip grounds. So what I wanted to mention here was the customer called in tree on the 3-phase. I arrived to find a tree on the 3-phase. 2 phases open, got back up on the way. We cut the tree, closure back in, hit the road. Now everyone knows that's not proper procedure. Before we close that line back in, just in case, we've got to check out the rest of the line. You never know, while that line was out, another tree could have come down, maybe a car hit a pole. Chances are rare. And guys, I realize at sometimes you may be in a hurry, but make sure you follow all your procedures. And this call is a great example of that. So I'm gonna show you why. Right around that corner from where we had that first tree is a complete disaster. So that center phase that was still energized upon our arrival is actually just hanging on by a thread on that insulator. So just to remind you guys that all 3 phases are grounded right now. I don't have my second guy on site, so we're not going to be going hands-on any of this stuff just yet. But can you imagine now how easily someone could have arrived at this job, seeing exactly what they expected, a tree in the line, clearing the fault, energizing that line, and carrying on with their day? Very important, guys, to always patrol the entire line before you energize it. And don't just take somebody's word for it. If a member of the public comes by and says, yeah, line's all clear, you got to check that stuff out for yourself, or from a trained lineman that knows what they're looking for. The cross arm's broken on that one there. You can see that other road phase hanging down on that next pole. But other than that, it looks good to go. 3-phase bank at the end. So we've got a crew on their way down here now. Shouldn't take us too long to get this cleaned up. We'll put a new cross arm up there, throw in half a dozen splices or so. Looks like an avalanche happened. Quite a big tree that got flipped over up on the cliff there. Yes, sir. One last thing. Never assume a line's dead. Never assume somebody else looked after something. Working on power lines is very specific work. One of my previous videos I mentioned, if you tell one of the crews to install your ground on pole 1195, fella gets there and he's like, that's a bad pole to climb, I'm going to put them on pole 1196. You can't do that stuff in our trade. You have to do exactly what you're told to do. You have to follow our procedures exactly how they're written out. There's not really any room for gray area, guys. If you do change the plan, which does happen, you have to make sure that everybody on the crew is on board and aware of what's going on. So we're gonna go back to the truck. The guys should be here any minute. I'll probably have this mess cleaned up in about, I'm gonna say 2 hours, maybe a little less. We're starting to lose sunlight, so as soon as those guys get here, we're gonna get to work. But thanks for dropping in, guys. Don't forget, always work safe. If you're not subscribed to the channel, consider doing so. Got lots of great stuff coming up. Don't forget to drop me a fist bump along with where you're watching from, and we'll see you next time.